Hello YouTube, Joey here from Team Burning Infinity, doing another Darkness Dragon World deck profile. And this will be my deck profile for my July 2015 Darkness Dragon World deck. So let's jump straight into it. Hope you guys enjoy the deck profile. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Check out more Buddyfight videos for more Buddyfight content from Team Burning Infinity. Let's jump straight into this. So obviously, since I'm playing Darkness Dragon World, my flag is Darkness Dragon World. This allows me to play all Darkness Dragon World cards and generic cards. I mean, you all know this stuff, basic stuff. Then our buddy is Black Dragon Tyrannus. He's a 1000 Rapier clone, 5/2/1 vanilla, no call cost, so very good. He's very easy to call. He's basically one of the simple cards of the deck, and it just points out that I want to do stuff. Also, it doesn't really give away what type of deck I'm playing, since it doesn't involve Spectral Strike or anything. People get confused. Going into the ones. 3 Black Dragon Disciplians. He's a 3/3/2. He's basically Spike Shoulder, 1 gauge. 3 damage, just big help. And he also sometimes kills stuff because 3000 power isn't that bad in this meta. Then we have 3 copies of Death Gaze Dragon. He's a 6/1/1. He is 1 gauge, and he has the ability of Spectral Strike. Whenever this card destroys a monster, deal 2 damage to your opponent. He's really good in the fact that whenever you play him, you're always killing stuff, so you're getting damage out, or you're baiting out cards. Basically, he always gets rid of at least 1 card from your opponent's hand. That does a lot of good. And sometimes he'll also soak up an attack, which really helps, because if he's on the left or right and your opponent's going after this thing, it means you're applying pressure, and that's what you want to do with the deck. Then we play 4 copies of Buddy. It's free to play, it does damage, and it has power. That's why you play this card. So that's it for the size 1 lineup. You play 10 ones. Then for the size 2, we play 2 Death Wizard Dragons, 3/2/3. When this card enters the field, deal 1 damage to yourself and gain 2 gauge. It's a mandatory effect. It's size 2, and it's basically walking Dragonic Charge. Really useful because you can play it, gain your gauge, and then just beat down and get your impact spells, etc. off. And he also helps you recharge when you're at really low gauge, so that helps. Moving on, we play 4 copies of Black Dragon Dividers. He's a 6/3/2 vanilla, and he just does 3 damage or kills stuff because 6000 power, really useful. Continuing on, play 4 of probably one of the best monsters in the entire deck, Bloody Moon Dragon. Bloody Moon Dragon is 7000 power, 2 critical, and 1000 defense, 7/2/1. He has Spectral Strike. Whenever this card destroys a monster, deal 1 damage to your opponent. So he's always killing stuff or he's dealing damage. In other words, he's always getting damage and applying pressure, and that helps a lot in a lot of decks. And he's also a very threatening card. Just 7000 power by itself is scary, but when it's combined with good critical and the ability to do damage when killing a monster, it just provides too much pressure to most opponents, and most opponents crack and try to kill this thing really fast, and that helps a lot. Moving on to the size 3s, we play 2 copies of Death Ruler 13. Death Ruler 13 is a size 2 with 13,000 power, 2 critical, 3,000 defense. Call cost to pay 2 gauge, and when this card enters the field, deal 1 damage to your opponent, except unless they have 13 cards exactly in the drop zone, then you deal 5 damage, so he's really good for getting burned, and he has the double attack ability, so you can kill multiple things, which he's really good against big wall decks. He's good board wiper, he deals damage, just gets a lot of stuff in there, also shiny. And we play 2 copies of Graybard, or Graveyard of Demonic Swords Graybard, if you want the full name. He's a size 3. He has a call cost of 2 gauge. When this card enters the field, destroy a monster on your opponent's side of the field and deal damage equal to the size of that monster. So he's also really good against control decks and rush decks alike, because if it's rush decks, you're doing 2 or 1 really often, and usually I'll aim for 2s, so 2, and if they have lifelink, 3, 4, 5, etc. And also, he has 7000 power, 2 critical, 7000 defense, so he's a big wall. He can kill over a lot of things, he does damage. And if it's a size 3 in a control deck, I'm doing a hell lot of damage. That card doesn't have Soul Guard, because 3 damage plus the 2 crit, that's 5. That's half life right there. That's a big deal. Moving on to spells. 2 Guillotine Cutters. This card has a conditional cost, a condition before playing it, which is you must take a damage, and it has call cost or cast cost of 1 gauge. Destroy an item or set spell in the field. Really good because it's just removal. Last time I played 3 copies of Dark Energy, now I'm playing 2. You may only cast this card if a monster on your side of the field is being destroyed. Pay 1 gauge, prevent the destruction of that monster, and give it counterattack. So usually you'll play this on like Graybar, 13, Bloody Moon, Death Gaze, something with high power, or even high defense, because then you're just baiting out attacks, and that really helps. And also you remove things. Graybard's the only monster in this deck with high defense, so yeah. 2 copies of Devil Stigma, because Gauge Advance is really useful, and sacking things is also fun. Also you gain life, and it's chainable, so your opponent won't always expect it. Then we play 3 copies of Abyss Symphony. It's basically your survival chance for 6 life. Draw 2 if you have 6 or less life, and pay a gauge. 4 copies of what I call Type 2 nullifiers. They're Midnight Shadows. They just nullify an attack if it's not a link attack. Really useful. Then we play 4 Black Dragon Shields. If you are going to be dealt damage by any means, you can cast this card, nullify the damage, and gain 1 life. 4 copies of Death Grip. This card destroys any size 2 or less monster on the field for 1 gauge. Really useful. Items for Evil Death Scythe. It's a 4,000 power 2 critical weapon that has a 1 gauge equip cost and the ability to deal 1 damage whenever it destroys a monster, aka Spectral Strike. And moving on to the last card of the deck, we play 2 copies of Distortion Punisher. Impact. It has a cast cost of 4 gauge. It deals 4. If neither player has a monster in the center, your opponent's at 4 or less life, and you pay 4 gauge, you may cast this card. You either deal 4 damage or counter. Use the ability Counter Final. During your opponent's final phase, if they cast an impact, you may use this ability when your opponent casts an impact, deal 4 damage. So it's a counter timing ability where if they cast an impact and you're at 4 less life, they're 4 less life, and all conditions are met, boom, 4 damage, and they lose on their own turn. So it's always fun. Well, that's it for the deck profile. Let me know what you guys thought about the deck. If you guys have any suggestions you would like to give me personally in your own opinions, I'll listen to them. I won't necessarily put them into use, but I am willing to listen. If you guys like the deck, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Also, if you have any questions concerning Darkness Dragon World or my deck in general, I will gladly try to help you in whatever way you need. So thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Check out our other videos for more Buddyfight content, and expect a lot of stuff to come this weekend. Thank you for watching. Joey from Team Burning Infinity signing out.